Yeah. What up, good people, and welcome to another episode of Keep It Thorough, where we give you the real behind business health, money, and self development, and introduce engaging concepts to help elevate your performance in all areas of life. I'm your host, Cedric Lavelle, joined by my counterpart, E Double.
E double. Yo, we back at y'all for episode 96. And the title of this episode is Routine Recalibration Tips for Managing Your Daily Activity. So, self-development episode. Super excited about this one. Hopefully, y'all been seeing our new content strategy roll
Fire.
out. Last week was on money, and this week's been on self development and your, recalibrating your routine. So, with all that said, be sure to go to the website keepitthorough.com/kits and check out the kit that corresponds to this episode. And podcast with us wherever you podcast, and tell a friend to tell a friend. So,
Absolutely.
with all that being said, let's go ahead and kick this thing off.
Let's go, man. So here's the real. I am a firm believer that our route to success is found within the structure of our routine. Now, I've heard that quote before, um, countless amounts of times. I've heard many people quote it, but I believe that it's true. I believe that in order to achieve any level of success, that a routine is required. Routine brings about structure. It gives you a system. It gives you an opportunity to be accountable. All of these different things. And I believe that what we do on a day to day basis ultimately will determine the outcomes that we desire. Because again, a routine is the building block of our lives. What we do from when we wake up to the in the morning to how we go about everything that we do in our day, right? And the choices that we make within the time that we are given and the effort that we give, towards the task that we want to get accomplished, all of those things are structured within a routine. You know what I'm saying? You want to get a goal done, you put a routine together. You're going to go pick your child up from school, you have a routine that you go through. Everything that's associated with our day, I believe in some shape, form, or fashion has some sort of routine or structure around it. But one of the most important things when it comes to a routine is knowing when to recalibrate that routine. I mean, when I used to work at Best Buy a while back, we always recalibrate certain TVs to, make certain that the picture is showing better and it's performing at its best quality. And so when it comes to your routine, knowing when to make those intentional adjustments to be better aligned with your needs, your goals, depending upon your circumstances, so on and so forth. You got to know when to recalibrate. You got to know when it's time to change, when it's time to shift things, when it's time to reevaluate, see where you're allocating your time. All of those things play into factor. And ultimately, in order to produce the results, in order to optimize, in order to be efficient, you have to take control of your time and know when to recalibrate that routine so you can achieve the goals that you want to achieve.
No, definitely. And so, basically, if you don't recalibrate, you're going to become stagnant, right? And then, sometimes our routines are like an outdated map, and then it just leads us in circles. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I don't know if you familiar said, but when Apple Maps first came out, they were terrible, right?
Yeah.
People were using them, they were getting lost, they weren't going in the right, taking them to the right place. The maps needed to be updated, and they weren't very accurate. But to use that analogy, our routines become like an outdated map again, and it just leads us in circles. And we continue certain routines, not necessarily because they're beneficial, but because we're unfamiliar with a different route or a different action.
Right.
So we just do it out of, comfort, right? And when you're trapped in the comfort of, a habitual pattern, the thought of altering those routines can be a little intimidating. And then it's very important to remember that on your journey towards self improvement, it often begins with stepping outside of that comfort zone,
Right.
right? So by performing a routine recalibration, as said mentioned, our conformity to old patterns can be replaced with new ones that can lead to revolutionary changes. So calculated shifts in our daily endeavors allow us to assess, what aspects of our routine, um, you know, services our objectives, and then what parts need to be rearranged. And then sometimes certain things just need to be dismissed altogether and just
Absolutely.
removed altogether. So, those gradual modifications in our routine can bolster resilience, self confidence, and the ability to adapt amid changing circumstances, right? Because as we go through life, we all know we go through ups and downs. You may have a plan to do X, Y, and Z, but
Right.
then something comes out of left field and alters that plan, and then you need to adjust, right? And if you are used to a outdated map, quote unquote, or a stagnant routine, and then something gets thrown at you, it's really gonna catch you off guard
Right. Yeah.
because you stuck in your in your habits and your little comfort zone. But if you're already being proactive and you're consistently doing routine recalibrations where you're already used to making adjustments and pivoting, once you come face to face with some of those challenging circumstances or something comes out of left field, it makes it that much easier for you to make adjustments, kind of roll with the punches, as they say, and get back on track, um, and head towards the direction that you're looking to go to achieve those goals that you got lined up. So, very, very important to understand the need to alter your existing routines, and then those can lead to those improved results.
That's big. And one thing that I think about when it comes to routines and having to alter things, I think one of the most important things that's missing with a lot of people is a plan. It's what are you anticipating on doing? Like, what do you think would be the most necessary things for you to do within this moment in order for you to transition throughout your day, in order for you to fulfill whatever obligation that you have for the day? And I think the quote goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I think with that, it's having an effective plan that allows you to create a very useful routine. Because I look at plans like this. Plans are what you anticipate on doing. With the routine are it's the actions that you're willing to commit to in order to make certain that that plan is fulfilled. And so when you think about success, when you think about people who are driven towards goals, when you think about people, who have all of these different things going for them, in many instances, they have a plan. They know what they want to do. They have some sort of intent or anticipation. And because of that, they create these routines. And I think with any plan or with any routine, I think they're both synonymous and they have to be hand in hand. There's always these critical aspects that I believe that some of the most successful people always focus on, right? And some of those things, not gonna say some of those things would be time management, wellness, and breaks. I feel like those three components are super pivotal when it comes to wanting to have a routine and have a set plan. Because when you think about it, time management, if you're not able to manage your time effectively, there is absolutely no way that you are going to be able to be productive throughout your day or be able to manage all of the tasks that you have. It's impossible.
Yeah, you're
Like
gonna
you
always feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, you're going to always feel overwhelmed because you don't know how to manage your time effectively. And that's priority number 1. Like, you have to understand the use of time. How are you using your time? What are you using your time towards, and who are you giving your time to? All of those things matter in the grand scheme of things, because when you look up, what are you looking at? Time. What time of day it is? What's the date? What time you got to be here? What time you got to be there? Our lives revolve around time. So you have to
Yeah.
understand time and the importance of it. The next thing with wellness is making certain that your mind, your body, your spirit is all in sync, right? And if you're wanting to experience success and you want to, operate at a very peak level and a productive level, having some sort of wellness activity should be a part of that plan. Having some sort of wellness activity needs to be incorporated in your routine. And we're not saying that you got to go out and go do P90X and be this CrossFit elite person, but doing something for 10 minutes, something for 15 minutes, something for 20 minutes, whatever the case may be, but something to keep you active, something to really benefit you from a very holistic performance standpoint. Because even with you chasing your goals and your visions and these dreams, you want to make certain that you have the opportunity to enjoy those things. You know what I'm saying? So being able to have some sort of wellness activity within your day should be something that you structure within it. And then the last thing with breaks is going to help you avoid burnout, right? If you're going hard all the time, eventually you'll crash. You know what I'm saying? And you want to be able to be as productive as you can within the time that you're allotted. You know what I'm saying? And so you want to make certain that you have some sort of breaks or break within your time period so you can rejuvenate. You know what I'm saying? So you can, rev your engine back up and then go back out and do what you need to do. Cause like in the NASCAR, you know what I'm saying? They're going around super fast, you know what I'm saying? But then they get to their little pit stop, they gotta gas up, you know what I mean? They gotta get the wheels changed, doom, 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 get it fast, and then you back out there. You know what I'm saying? And so, it when you look at it from that aspect, yeah, you got to stop. But if you already have a routine, if you're already in that rhythm, you know what I'm saying? You know that break is just something that's real quick, boom, boom, and then you back at it. You pick up where you left off. You know what I'm saying? And so I think those three things right there, man, time management, wellness activities, and those breaks are critical to your routine. And if you can start to factor those things in with what you do on a day-to-day basis, game changer.
Hey, 1,000%, man. I ain't even gonna say 100%. I said 1,000%. But I want to just add on to the breaks, right, and the importance of those. If you look at sports teams, like whether it's basketball or football, and like how they utilize timeouts, right,
Yeah, that's
or
yeah,
or or when they how they utilize substitutions.
yeah.
When a
Strategic.
player gets to the point where they're tired and they're not performing at their high level, they put him on a bench.
Right.
They give him a breather, let him gather himself, catch his wind, think, because sometimes you think best when you're removed from the situation.
Yeah. You can
It gives
you
you time to
reassess.
analyze it,
Yeah,
reassess the situation, and then now
absolutely.
you can go back at it,
Clear
with a
clear
different
mind.
mindset,
Yeah,
and then you can perform even better.
absolutely.
So it's very important to think about it from like that aspect too. I like the NASCAR one too, but first thing that came to my mind was like the sports
That
teams,
works
how they
too.
utilize timeouts and
Yeah.
substitutions, right? So when you're working, don't burn yourself out. Take a break. Take a break, step away. I know there's been times where I've been working on very complex problems and I can't figure it out. But then, the day ends, I go to sleep, I'm thinking about it, I'm in the shower or something, take it, and then it comes to me, and then I go back at it the next day,
Right.
So very important to take those breaks. But with that being said, right, we know everything is about perspective. So, most people are stuck in a monotonous cycle, right? And it offers no room for growth or self improvement. So, what does that look like, right? They wake up, they do their necessary task, like, washing their face, brushing their
We
teeth,
hope y'all do that. Wash your
right?
face
I hope, right?
and brush your
But then,
teeth.
they eat, have to get some breakfast, they get dressed for work, or school, if you're in college or something like that. They spend a day working, then they come home, eat a little dinner, watch a little TV, browse a little social media,
Yeah.
take a shower, go to bed, wake up,
Oh,
do it all over
that's,
again.
that's like the
Literally. You know what I mean? That is the
same, yeah,
cycle.
cycle, bro. Yeah.
That is the cycle, right? That monotonous cycle that most people, I just described probably 85% of people's life. Now, if
And
they
if we
got
talking
kids, you
about
got
you,
to
we're
throw in
sorry,
there,
but
you're right. But
we just saying
hey,
it's the
hey, but
truth.
and if you got kids, we can add in there,
Yeah.
drop them off at daycare or pick them up. But hey, that's another
Right.
15%. You know what I mean? But anyway, that life cycle can feel like a trap, and then where consecutive days they kind of just blend together, and then it's leaving no room for change or progress, and then you're so stuck in it and don't want to make any adjustments because you're used to it, but then at the same time you complain about it,
Right.
like how, man, nothing's going my way, or I'm not making any progress, or this sucks, right? So now let's think about it from a different perspective, right? So on the other hand, imagine taking charge of your day. You're implementing some effective time management techniques. You're prioritizing critical and non-critical tasks. You're incorporating wellness activities, as said mentioned, and then you're implementing new habits that challenge you and produce effective change. Right now, these are the actions of somebody who can transform their rigid routine into a flow of productivity. So, and not just productivity, also wellness and then satisfaction.
Right.
So not only does progress in that situation become inevitable, but the opportunity to produce new possibilities, my bad, for your life is a regular occurrence
Yeah.
because you're constantly challenging yourself, you're constantly pushing yourself, you're working on your wellness, both mental and physical, and then you're taking those breaks and giving yourself a chance to recalibrate, right? Or not recalibrate necessarily because you need to recalibrate, but you're giving yourself a chance to refuel,
Yeah.
right? So it creates a constant opportunity for growth and evolution and development. And then when some of those challenging things come your way, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to you, because it's all about perspective. It's all about mindset. So again, life is about perspective, how you choose to look at things,
Yeah. It's a
right?
choice.
Because exactly, it's everything is a choice. You can choose to view it negatively, or you can choose to view it positively, or you can choose to view it as an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're not happy with your routine, then it's time to recalibrate.
Yeah.
And I honestly think even if you are happy with your routine, you still should
Recalibrate.
be looking at ways where you can recalibrate, because over
Optimize.
time, exactly, optimize. That's the perfect word to use. You need to optimize. So yeah, man, everything is about perspective. So be that second person,
Yeah.
right? Be that person that takes charge of their day. Be that person that plans, that schedules, that has a list of items that they want to get knocked out today, right? And if it doesn't get knocked out today, add it and tag it on to tomorrow, but make sure you check off as many of those boxes as you can, and not just wake up and do the same thing every day, over and over and over, right? Like my saying is, any progress is better than a setback.
Yeah.
So make sure you're making some progress, right? 1% better every day.
Yeah.
Over the course of a year, that's a whole lot better. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So consistency, baby.
Con-
Consistency.
Consistency, man.
Consistently consistent.
Absolutely. Man, slow progress is better than no progress. I say that too.
Hey,
So you got to make a change somewhere. But with what you were saying about people, on their day-to-day basis doing the same things, I think a lot of times what ends up happening is people have no rhyme or reason for what they do.
no
Like
purpose.
no purpose behind it. You know what I'm saying? There's no system, there's no structure to the day, and then there's no foundation for whatever it is that they're looking to build. So, of course, you're not going to see results or have some sort of achievement because you're not purposeful within your day. You're not being intentional with your actions. You have to have some sort of blueprint for how you're going to go about executing whatever it is that you want to get accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Like the construction workers don't go to a site and just say, "Hey, we're gonna put this house together. I put this building together." No, there's a
With no
blueprint.
plan. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
exactly.
they got a plan. They have a blueprint there to say, "Hey, we're gonna do X, Y, and Z. We're gonna make certain that we do this. This is the timeline. All these things, so on and so forth. All those things are put into place, right? And so, how do you do that when it comes to your routine. One thing that you want to do a self audit. Look at all of the things that you do throughout your day and what areas can you improve on, whether you're doing well or whether you're doing not so well. You always want to make certain that you're looking to optimize, but also change whatever needs to be changed within that process. So assess your productivity levels, your energy fluctuations, and just your overall satisfaction with your routine. Look at those things to be um, a starting point for whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve. And then the next thing is just set priorities. You know what I'm saying? So identify those tasks that are important. Man, I gotta clear my throat, man. Hold on, let
No,
me put this
do
thing
your
on mute.
thing. Down, 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 down,
All right, yeah, we back.
down.
You know what I'm
We're
saying?
back from
I
your
couldn't I couldn't
regularly scheduled programming.
yeah, boy. Gotta get them words out the right way. Now we're back. All right. Feeling rejuvenated. Anyway, now like I was
Hey,
saying,
needed a break. Needed a break. You
I
feel
had
me?
to take that little break real quick. Set priorities. You know what I'm saying? Identify the tasks that are important, that contribute significantly towards your goals. Put those things at the top of your list. Everything else, either delegate it to somebody else or scratch it off your list and do it later. But you want to be able to set your priorities and have those things intact. The next thing, again, schedule some breaks, vacation time. You know what I'm saying? Um, if you got some cool kids, schedule time with your kids, just hanging out, something to get your mind off of, just that day to day grind, hustle, go and get it type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, yeah, there comes a time where you can get overwhelmed because you're doing so much, and sometimes you got to get to that place where it's like, okay, let me fall back, let me recalibrate, let me refuel, let me get my mind right, and then I go back into it. The next thing, again, incorporate wellness, and we had to say it twice because it's highly important. You know what I'm saying? If you're not well, it's going to be challenging for you to give your best. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to prioritize your health and your wellness in order to really produce quality work and at a high level and be a high achiever and a high performer. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way around it. We talk about incorporating wellness in what we do because we believe that that's something that's beneficial to everything that you want to achieve personally, professionally, physically. When all of those three things are aligned, you can do outstanding things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, incorporate wellness. And then the last thing is monitor your progress. You know what I'm saying? You got to know where you're at to know where you're going. See what's
Thousand
going
percent.
what's going on, how things are transpiring, how you're looking in certain aspects. What do you need to change? How the routine is looking? Is this working for me? Is this not working for me? Do I need to put more time here? Do less time here? All those things. You want to monitor your progress, consistently review, adapt your routine based on the changes and the needs of your circumstances, and then move forward.
Hey, that damn near was the summary.
That
You
is,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
You know what I'm
For
saying?
real, for
I
real.
just tried to lay it up for you.
Hey, no, no, no,
Little
no, no,
addy
no, no,
for you.
no, no. Hey, it's great. Hey, great content. If I gotta say
You know
so
what I'm saying?
myself. But hey, so again, in summary, right? So routine recalibration is much more than just rearranging tasks. Okay, it's your unique path to a more balanced and fulfilling routine in life. So, a well engineered routine goes beyond just boosting productivity levels.
Yeah,
It caters to your wellness. You know what I mean? So, not just one, two, three, about four, five times we done said it now.
yeah,
Your cognitive abilities, and the harmonious flow of daily activities. So, embracing the idea of routine recalibration brings you a step closer to living a life filled with growth, success, and personal satisfaction.
mm,
And that's what it's all about. we
absolutely.
we don't want to work hard just to say we work hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? That, like, it's pointless,
Yeah.
right? It's like just like going to school and getting all these degrees just to say you got these degrees. It's been a lifelong smart
Yeah.
ass. You know what I mean? Like, who cares?
Professional know it all. Like
a
you say,
professional
man.
know-it-all, right? Like I don't care about knowledge that I can't apply.
Right.
Like I don't care to know things just to know them,
Right.
right? I want them to have a purpose. Like I'm all about purpose,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if this doesn't serve a purpose, it doesn't serve me,
Yeah.
you know?
That's it.
And that's what this is all about, right? So recalibrate. Make sure that your life is fulfilling and that it's, serving a purpose.
Yeah.
And that you're not just getting up every day and going to work because that's just what you do,
Right.
right? Or that's just what we do, or what they tell us to do.
Going through the
Like, no,
motions.
do right, exactly. Just going through the motions. Do what you want to do and take control of that.
Yeah.
And the faster you do that, the quicker you can, build up those strategies and techniques that can help you get to a more fulfilling life, right? And then with that comes the satisfaction and comes with, a better mindset and a overall healthier well-being. You know what I mean? And it's very, very important. And we've had episodes about cognitive health and the connection between mind and body. So, work on that mind, work on that mind, work on that body, and then they work with each other.
Right.
And then it helps get you to a place where really you kind of unstoppable, And I know it sounds kind of crazy, but no, you can really do amazing things when you really put time and effort and you believe in yourself
Yeah.
and you move with purpose.
Become the full package.
Um, but become a full package, right? And as crazy as it is, there's no, you know, secret to success. you know, it's just about who really wants it.
Hard work,
And are
man.
you willing to put in the work day in and day out? So
Yeah.
with all that said, you got anything you wanted to add?
Nah, man. Become a triple threat. I'll say that. And
That boy
that's
says nah every time
I
and
do
then
it.
gives a whole
I always got something. Dang. I do. I do it. I do it all the time.
Nah, do your thing,
Got
bro.
me
Do your thing.
again. Nah, man, just become a triple threat, man. And that's focusing on your personal, professional, and physical performance. I say that's the triple threat. You know what I'm saying? If you can dominate in those areas, create a routine around those areas, your personal development, your professional development, your physical development, I feel you'll definitely see some changes. So start there. Start there. Start in those three areas. Create your routines. Go to the go to our Instagram page, Facebook page, social media pages. We've posted a lot of content that's super informative. Then also just the corresponding kit to this episode as well too, man, where you can definitely find some good ideas to help you, recalibrate your routine to optimize your performance. I ain't got nothing
Hey,
else now. That was
definitely.
it.
Hey, so as always, we greatly appreciate y'all for tuning in. Whether you listen, watch, read, we greatly appreciate y'all. We got a lot of stuff in the works as always because we always recalibrating our routine
Absolutely.
and looking for better ways to become more efficient, more effective, and then it's all done with purpose. So, with all that being said, y'all know how it go. If you don't do nothing else,
Yeah, yeah. Keep it
keep it
there
thorough,
rolling.
and we'll holler at
Kid
y'all next
Nation.
time.
See you next time.
Deuces.